Alia Atreides stands on the south platform of her temple in her black robe, looking down at the crowd of devoted pilgrims. The Fremen had built this temple in her name, but she hates the fanaticism created around her. She is a religious figure, just like her brother, worshipped by the Fremen and thousands of pilgrims coming from other planets. Some merchants are taking advantage of the superstitious crowds, and they are selling tarot cards, which makes Alia wonder who brought this product to the Arakeen market. As the orange light of dusk approaches, the pilgrims slowly disperse, and she sees the wild Fremen keeping their distance from the others. There's a lingering disdain between the Fremen and the foreign followers, tensions that have led to violence at times. The warm desert wind ignites a longing within her for the open desert, memories of the past stirred up by the arrival of the Gola. She steps back inside and walks across the balcony, looking down at the Hall of Oracles. Ascending the stairs to her private quarters, she dismisses the female guards Stilgar had assigned for her protection. She removes her robe, leaving only the crysknife and a sheath around her neck. Immersed in the bathtub, she senses the presence of a mysterious figure nearby. She thinks that maybe pushing the boundaries of her prescience could reveal the answer, but a sense of rising sexual tension stirs within her. Without a doubt, she thinks about hate. Sex is no longer a mystery when you have the memories of the Fremen Reverend Mothers who participated in spice orgies, but she feels the need for physical pleasure. All of a sudden, she gets out of the water and walks naked into her training room, surrounded by Ixian equipment. The creed of the sisterhood sits on the wall, reminding her that instincts can corrupt true learning. Seeking to clear her mind, she reaches for her sword and activates the target dummy. The light from the crystal prism came alive, dodging and reacting to every move, its blades slashing towards her. She parries and counters, her movements growing sharper as the lights blink faster with each level she masters. The finest swordsmen in the Imperium never go against more than 7 lights, but she challenges herself to reach 11, a dangerously high skill level. Adrenaline was going through the roof when a knife flashed past her, striking the target's off switch. She turns around in frustration to find Paul and Stilgar standing in the doorway, staring at her in anger. Alia thinks about covering herself, but finds the whole situation amusing. Paul scolds her for being so reckless, and she argues that she could have made it to 12, asking what's the point of having so many levels if she's not supposed to use them. Paul remembers how he also did this, back on Caladan. He reached 10 lights before he was caught by Gurney Halleck, who gave him a quite embarrassing punishment. Alia then storms into her bedroom, puts on a gray robe, and starts brushing her hair. Paul follows her, mentioning that Irulan had told him some important news about their enemies. Stilgar cuts him off, saying that Alia is in desperate need of a mate. There was a mix of anger and embarrassment as she struggled to maintain her Bene Gesserit composure, which the old Fremen had shattered with almost no effort. She is annoyed, but Stilgar insists that he speaks out of love. Paul agrees with him, recalling his own reaction when he realized that physically, his sister is no longer a child. Alia wants to get past this moment, shifting the conversation to serious matters. She wants to know what Irulan has said. Paul reveals that the guild plans to capture a sandworm, aiming to establish spice production on a different planet. They must have some Fremen accomplices, and he can't find out their plans since prescience is ineffective around guild navigators. Stilgar proposes an increase in their patrols, but Alia argues that the guild can't be stopped indefinitely. Paul then points out that the guild would need more than a single worm to achieve their goal, and the old Fremen remembers that a sandworm's survival depends on the unique ecosystem of Dune. Stilgar knows the desert is filled with sand plankton and little makers, which are a vital part of the sandworm's life cycle. It is a huge challenge, but the Spacing Guild could figure it out sooner or later. There's something more concerning for Stilgar right now. Why is it that Muad'Dib, a god among men, cannot see the guild's actions or intentions. Alia is fascinated to see the old Fremen starting to question their powers, slowly realizing that neither she nor her brother is all-powerful. She tries to explain the limits of prescience with an analogy. Being prescient is like sitting on top of a sand dune, while everyone else stands in the valley between the dunes. You can see everything around, even the mountains in the distance, but you still won't be able to see the dangers lurking beyond those mountains.